Hey everybody, it's Keith Couch with Rocky Mountain Peterbilts here on YouTube, Rush Truck Center in Greeley, Colorado. Got a 2022 Peterbilt 389 extended hood, the 44-inch flat top sleeper. That's the old 36. That's what I grew up with, was a 36-inch sleeper. Now they call it a 44, same sleeper. They just measure it at a different spot. Peterbilt always measured from the back of the cab to the back of the sleeper, 36 inches, and all the other manufacturers were measuring to the back of the driver's seat with the driver's seat all the way forward, and then claiming they had a bigger sleeper. So we finally gave up, decided to just measure it like everybody else does. And now it's a 44-inch sleeper. Coffin sleeper, you can call it whatever you want. But this one's in Omaha Orange with an Omaha Orange frame. Going up to the mountains here in Colorado. Cummins X15, it's a 605 2050 torque air ride steer axle. I mean, this is a very, very well equipped truck. So Omaha Orange is a non-metallic, no metal flake in this. As you can see, I think if I had more time I'd have color matched that to the truck. That'll look good. Michelin XZE2s, 11R22.5s up front. The polished after treatment. We haven't done any lights on this thing or anything. Cody will do those himself. Got a 150 over here. These are the tank heaters. So it heats your fuel when it gets really cold. Got a train horn on it. I moved the pogo stick back a little bit on this one, so that way they can put a headboard on it or whatever else they need. If you notice, we did not put any steps on this one. No step, no access plate or catwalk, as everybody calls it. Therefore, we got no grab handles on the back of the sleeper, which is much cleaner. So if you want to add a step, we can add a step, and we can add the catwalk. But what we can't do is do that at the factory because they force those handles on. So we can do that here. Slide your rear window, centered up CB antenna and a logger mount AM/FM antenna, 6 load lights. It's a lot of orange. Everything's orange. Michelin XDN2s in the rear, 11R22.5s, full lockers. Like I said, this will be running around the mountains of Colorado, so just love this color. And I think Cody's changing his whole fleet to this, so all his trucks will be the same and they'll be bright. Outboard mount fifth wheel. And this is a no tilt, so if you ever want to run an end dump or anything like that, you can do that right here. Props that up so you can run a frameless end dump. 30-inch hook built quarter fenders. And a 110 polished tank on this side. Also got fuel heaters here. Polished cover on the def tank. Polished air tank. Did a nice job polishing that one. Now let's take a look at the engine. Did an air ride steer axle on this one. 13.2 steer axle, air ride. Hot side of the motor here. Disc brakes all the way around, very safe for the mountains. You don't get the brake fade that you do with a drum brake. Davco heated fuel filter. The remote lube. More airbags. I get comments on why are the airbags painted that sloppy. As soon as those move a little bit, the paint's all gone. It just cracks off and goes away. It's just so they're not gonna mask those off to paint that. So that's not a big deal. Within a few hundred miles, those airbags are black. And so I want to make sure that it's a 605 2050 torque. Did the 14-inch drop visor, added the 2 extra lights and cleared them all. And they're on there amber. Kind of our standard package here. .280-inch wheelbase, 336 gears, full lockers. I've already said that. I guess you could look under here. Looks about the same underneath, but you do have access. That's the 44-inch sleeper. No S-bar heater or anything like that. I mean, it's such a small sleeper. If you look over there in the corner, though, you do have a alarm clock and a power outlet. So pretty small. It's just in case you need it. Help a little bit with the logbooks. Platinum interior. This one's tan. Looks much better with the orange. Black Sears 80 seats. You can see it's just like a giant extended cab. This one's got the new dash. We'll fire it up. A lot of guys aren't liking the new dash. I'm kind of a gauge guy myself, but it is what it is. It's more forced on by the EPA than anything else. Just the amount of these new trucks have completely different electrical architecture through the entire truck, so you can't just yank this panel out and throw in a old A panel. I wish we could, but we can't. So that's the new A panel there, all fired up and going. This is the new steering wheel. Here's the B panel. There's switches. These are full lockers here. These three. Air slide fifth wheel. We have to order these switches in groups of 4. That's why we get 2 blank ones here. PTO switch and air dump switch here. And Cody he'll be using that PTO switch. AM, FM, Bluetooth, 18-speed transmission. Obviously this is gray, so it means it's an 18-speed. Factory installed CB. And a small sleeper. It's just in case you get stuck somewhere or need to do a little bit on the logbook. So very nice truck. This thing ought to be a stump puller with the 2050 torque and 605 horsepower. Just a gorgeous truck. I love the orange. I like the bright colors on these. But I just thought I'd take a minute to share that with you. We can do these in a 44-inch all the way up to 72-inch flat top, or we can do from a 58-inch stand-up to a 78-inch stand-up. So I just thought I'd share it with you. We can do the frame match paint. Peterbilt will not paint a metallic frame. So if we're gonna do that, it's gotta be a non-metallic frame color. So it's usually better to do a non-metallic paint so it all kind of matches. So, but a beautiful truck heading up into the mountains of Colorado. It's Keith Couch, Rush Peterbilt, Rocky Mountain Peterbilt's here on YouTube. 970-691-3877. The best way to get a hold of me is email. It's couchk, C-O-U-C-H-K, @rushenterprises.com. Thank you for watching. Take care.